Hey there, I'm celebrating moms today with these cute as a button sugar cookies. Hi, I'm Leslie with Leslie's Cookies and Treats, and if you love decorating sugar cookies or you want to learn how, you're in the right place. Let's decorate together. So this is a mini cookie cutter. It's a 6-petal flower, and I'm just going to outline it with my flood consistency royal icing in about a 15-second consistency, and then flood it in. When I'm outlining cookies with a lot of curves on the outline border, I like to do little swirly swirls so it makes it easy to change directions. And I just pipe right over the top of those when I'm flooding it in. And then now I'm going to stop squeezing any icing out of my piping bag and use my icing as kind of a scribe to get my icing all the way to the edge. And then I'm going to do a wet on wet effect here. So I'm going to immediately grab my white royal icing. It's also in a 15-second consistency, and I'm going to just make stripes evenly placed across the top of the cookie. And then once that settles down, it'll blend right into that blue icing and it will be one solid smooth surface. And once I finish all of the stripes, I'm going to set this cookie aside to dry. Now that it's dry, I'm going to come back in and make the button part in the middle. So I'm just going to pipe a round circle here as close as I can get to a round circle anyway. And I'll just use my scribe to settle that icing out and kind of smooth it around. And then while I let that dry a little bit, I'm going to go around the outside edge and just make little stitches. I'm using a detail consistency icing here. I'm just going to touch down, lift up, and touch down, making little stitches all the way around the cookie. And once I finish with the stitches, my button in the center should have had a time to set up a little bit. So I grabbed some cornstarch. I'm just dipping my scribe right in that cornstarch and then poking little holes in the royal icing. It's set up a bit, but it's not completely dry. So I'm able to poke holes and make little button holes in the icing. And then once it did completely dry, I can wipe away any excess cornstarch. And then I grabbed my flood consistency white icing by my stake to make the little threads. And so I'll let that dry while I go ahead and do an outline here because I want my button to have that little rounded part on the outline that some buttons have. And then I'll smooth it out with my scribe. But I really didn't like how fat this little center thread was that I'm using, and so I kind of messed up everything using a dampened paintbrush to wipe it away. But don't worry, I fixed it with that dampened paintbrush, and then once that white thread had dried, I added the second one using my detail consistency icing this time. And then these cute little buttons are done. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and that you're having a wonderful Mother's Day if you celebrate. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.